What's up, guys? International Stacker here, and today I'm going to tell you the secrets of stacking silver and even gold. This is what you've been waiting for.
International Stacker.
So what is this right in front of you? Some would say it's collector coins, coins from a bygone era. Some would say it's just artwork and design. Some would say it's a dumb hobby. You need to save currency, paper, dollars. That's real money. But no, silver and gold is real money. What you see on the screen now is one of my last full stack videos, and if you haven't watched it, check it out. But this is the culmination of years of collecting, saving, hoarding, whatever you want to call it. But that on the table in front of you is real wealth, real money, real protection from what the world might have in store for you. So preserving your wealth is what stacking metals is all about. And you guys, I'm going to expose my secrets here in a second, but I just want to lay a little bit of groundwork for this. This right here, what you see is the US dollar from 1913 until 2019. Okay, so just last year, before this whole hashtag beer flu thing started, right? So if you look at this, this is how much the buying power of the dollar has decreased over time. So when you hear somebody, maybe an aunt or uncle or father or mother, or maybe it's yourself, and you say, you know, I used to be able to go to the movie for 50 cents and get a sandwich and all that. Man, things are really expensive these days. Things aren't more expensive, folks. It's just the buying power of the dollar has decreased over time. And I mean, look, even from the 80s to now, the dollar is worth a fraction of what it used to be worth. So that's interesting. Why is that happening? What I like to call the hidden tax, inflation, where our currency can be inflated away to where if I have $100,000 in the bank and $100,000 worth of gold, you come back in 10 years, as long as everything hasn't totally reset and collapsed, the $100,000 in dollars is going to be still $100,000, but its buying power will have decreased. The U.S., not the U.S. government, the Federal Reserve, which is a private entity, a private company, says on its website its inflation is 2%. 2% is its inflation goal each year. So if you come back after 10 years, what's 10 times 2? 20. You've lost 20% of the buying power in that $100,000. It's still $100,000, but you've lost 20%. You go to that $100,000 in gold, it's now going to be worth significantly more than the paper currency. And at the very least, it will have preserved its buying power, if not made you more currency on top of that. Now, what's another reason to, and let me clank this since I'm screen sharing now. Hear this? Hear that? What's another reason to stack this stuff? Security. Preserving your wealth with metals is security. It puts you off grid. What do I mean by that? Bank billings. What's a bank billing, IS? Many of you know this. But a bank billing, and here it is here, the definition. The bank uses the money of its unsecured creditors, including depositors and bondholders, to restructure their capital so it can stay afloat. So that basically means the bank is insolvent, it's going belly up, so it's going to reach into all the accounts of its bank holders. Now, some say, oh, it's only going to be the people that are over the FDIC insured. You know, anyone that has $250,000 or more is going to get what they call a haircut. Ladies and gentlemen, it can be anyone. It can be you, me, it can be the grandma with $50 in there, or it can be the fat cat with a ton of money. Bottom line is that money or that currency does not belong to the bank. It doesn't belong to the bank. However, when you put your currency in there and you sign those documents, technically the banks can do this. And what are they going to do? They're going to give you a nice couple hundred or couple thousand or 3 shares of their bank to make it right. And you have just lost everything you're saving. So not only are you having your money taken away and inflated through inflation, but you have the possibility of having your currency evaporate overnight. Ladies and gentlemen, this can happen and this has happened. There's been limitations where Cyprus, people couldn't pull out more than, it was like 100 euros, Italy, all these places that have crises. And this is only the beginning, folks. We're on the verge of the biggest economic disaster we've ever had. It's not conspiracy. It is really not conspiracy. What do I mean by that? If you look at the US and the world economy, it's cyclical. It has good times and it has bad times. Not conspiracy, it actually does. But this is the first time in human history that it's actually going to affect the entire world at the same time. We are so interconnected with the internet and communications and business that this is the first time it's going to be an actual global crisis of the likes we've never seen. Okay, I'm scared, IS. I'm scared. So how do we protect ourselves? This stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen. This essentially is why I'm stacking gold and silver. To bring you security, to be a hedge against inflation, and to help you preserve your wealth for the future. Now, when I say security, when you're keeping this kind of stuff around, obviously you're going to have security as well. Don't tell people about it. It's your private family business. Put it in places that aren't easy to find, like don't put it under your bed or anywhere obvious. Keep it safe, protect it, and by all means, it's your right as an American to practice the Second Amendment, and protect it yourself. Now, what you all came here for, my secret strategy. Here it is. Here's my strategy for stacking. What does this mean? Ah, yes, you're going to hire a bunch of old men to count your silver and stack it for you? No! My strategy is to stack for retirement. Now, what? Ah, yes, that's crazy. I know, but I got a reason for this. So some people stack for SHTNF scenarios, which is like an apocalyptic scenario. Some people stack for short-term gains. Okay, so here's my caveat. My plan is to stack this stuff, gold and silver, until I retire, because that protects me for everything. If there's an SHTNF scenario, meaning like a major economic collapse or societal collapse, I'm protected. I've got metals. Oh, but you can't eat metal. You can't eat gold and silver. Yeah, but you can certainly trade it for some. And if you missed the video where I talked through with somebody who survived the economic collapse in Argentina, gold and silver played an important role. Does that mean you don't prepare and stack food and stack other things you might need? No, by all means. Even FEMA for a long time recommended 72 hours of food, and now they recommend. And here's a shameless plug: if you go to preparewithis.com, not only do I get a kickback, but you're going to get the best prices on the net for food that survives for 25 years. But stack up the foods, protect it. But let me get back to my point here. What was your point about the old men, IS? By stacking for retirement, not only am I protected for SHTNF, I'm protected for disasters, hurricanes, floods, fires. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going into this election. It's about to be absolutely insane. Even if stores are open and whatnot, do you want to be going out on the streets if you live in Portland or Chicago or one of these places that might have extra major issues? No. Not only does it do that, but it helps you build dynastic wealth. I want to build a dynasty. I want to build an empire. I still need to find Mrs. IS, I know, but when I do and I start having kids, I want to build an empire to hand over to them. But I'm going to make them work for it so they don't get spoiled. How can you do this? One day at a time. Budget your money. Don't buy frivolous things. If you go to Starbucks every day, instead just get a bag of coffee, make it yourself. Sometimes in life you have to make great sacrifices. Great sacrifices so you can live like nobody else. Oh, and there's the old intro. For all those people who miss and love the old intro, there's that. Ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to change your future for not only you, but your family. What is the secret to stacking silver and stacking gold? What is the true secret? The true secret is it puts the power back in your hands. Real money, preserving your wealth, hedge against inflation, off-grid in your control, offering you true security to not only, Lynette Zhang says, not only to survive but thrive. But really, guys and gals, this is how you protect your future and pass it on to the next generation. Do I think the world's going to end? No. Do I think a major disaster is going to impact me in the next 6 months? I hope not. Do I think there's going to be marauders running the street Mad Max style? I don't think so. But guess what? If any of those things happen, I'm protected. And if none of those things happen, I'm going to live like a king in retirement, or I'm going to pass dynastic wealth to the next generation. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below. The Mega Gaw is coming, guys, and giving away 70 ounces of silver and some gold. If you're not entered, this is first place. Do not miss out on that. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining me on my journey, and I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one.
One stack